Have you thought about where you wanted to be in life and have no direction? Well, you are in the right place. You are tuned into another epic episode of Triana the Trillionaire Podcast with your spiritual health coach, Triana the Trillionaire. Become more aligned, enlightened, and abundant in all areas of your life. She got the hair care, she got the health, and she has the wealth topics for you.
Hello, heirs. Welcome back to the Triana the Trillionaire Podcast, and I'm your lovely host, Triana the Trillionaire. Today, I am recording outside in my garden, so you may hear the birds chirping, the birds doing their jobs, enjoying their lives, not worrying about how they're going to eat, not worrying about where they're nesting at, not worrying about where they're going to get their next meal. They're literally just saying love, 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 peace, 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 peace. If you literally listen, sit and listen, you will hear them praising God. So I enjoy coming out here podcasting. I'm pretty sure when I hear this back, I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I really hear them so loud on the recording, because I hear them loud right now. And it's so amazing to me. My mom used to always tell me, God will feed the birds. God will feed the birds. Doesn't God feed the birds? And I'm thinking, and she will always say, early bird gets the worm. Early bird gets the worm. So you got to wake up. You better wake up. So those words always stuck with me. And I was always like, they don't harvest. They don't reap. They don't sow. They literally eat their food every single day. It's not like they put all these worms and store them up like they're squirrels and put the nuts in the ground for harvest time. They go out every single morning and see what worms they can get, or whatever bugs. I don't know what birds eat, but we do have some food out here, because I was like, I think it's my job and duty to put out some bird seeds and some bird nest and some bird nectar and stuff like that. Crazy story, when I was little, I got pecked on the head by birds. I don't know if that was like the bird crowning me, but I was so scared. We were riding bikes. My family, we used to ride bikes every Sunday. My mom would keep us active, and Local Sweets, she was with us, and we both were, they were like, no, don't go. And we both just, riding along, trying to see who wins. Lo and behold, these birds swoop down, and I have a lot of hair. Like, we have a lot of hair on our heads, so I don't know if this bird thought my head was a nest or whatever, but I was like, oh my God, I was crying. And I was like, after that, I did not like birds anymore, but I love birds. So my bird watching stories. Anyways, this episode is not about birds. It's about us coming here to be creators, to be creative, to enjoy our experiences here. And I know sometimes on social media, we are consuming content, and we're getting all this content, and we are looking at others and what other people are doing. And I wanted to come and say, create before you consume, because it's so easy for us to just scroll or stroll, how people say it, on social media. You're looking at other people's lives, and you're like, what is special about me? And I was thinking to myself, like, my whole family, they can sing and they can dance. Like, what can I do? Train people, work them out. And I was like, it's so much bigger than me just training people or helping them lose weight. And I was like, what am I good at? Sports. But we all are here to showcase our gifts and talents to the world, to praise God. And that's your one and only job. If you realize and recognize that your one and only job is to please God, life would be so much simpler, and it would cause you to get excited about those things instead of being like, I have to go to work. I get to go to work. I get to do this work. I get to enjoy this work. I get to wake up. You're not sleeping and slumbering. You're not in the bed every single morning, and I made like a vow to myself that I wouldn't go to sleep because of boredom, because that's a little bit of that's like a depressive state if we think about it. Like, oh, I'm gonna just go to sleep, my life is boring, there's nothing to do right now. You don't always have to be doing something. Like, I enjoy my rest periods. I enjoy when I can go meditate again. I enjoy when I can go play around and visualize. And dream time is also important as well, but focus on your dream time. Set yourself up when you get to the dream time stage and state. But I will have a whole nother podcast about dream time. I'm here to help you on your creation process and your consumption process. When you consume content, this is what you should be doing. When you're creating content, this is how you should be setting it up. So, first things first, why aren't you creating content? Why are you leaving this in your phone? Why aren't you, oh no, I am too big, I'm too fat, oh, I'm looking crazy right now, please don't record me? I've gotten that so many times, and I'm like, oh my goodness, if you just know, so many things go viral, so many crazy experiences go viral if you can get that on top. And I understand everything is not to be recorded, everything is not to put on showcase, everything is, but you don't know how many people you are inspiring by just you speaking, by just you putting your stuff out there. You don't even know what is going to spark the mind of the individuals that's going to change the world. So think to yourself, why aren't you creating the content you should be creating? Why aren't you creating, period? Why aren't you? So this is what I want y'all to do for the creation process. Define your goals. What is it that lights you up? What actually excites you? What gets you on fire? What makes you say, I have a burning desire to do X, Y, and Z? What are you having so much fun at? What can you talk about every single day, nonstop, without getting tired, without having to feel like this is a job or I'm doing this to get paid? What can you do? For me, for a long time, that was going to work out, relieve my stress, relieve some negative energy or whatever, release some toxins out of my body, move my body. And then I start enjoying putting these videos together, putting these strong woman clips together of me throwing the ball down or throwing my body down or running fast or whatever, because I enjoyed running track. I was scared of a 400 practice, but I always enjoyed, winning, winning. And exercise became fun to me because I tricked my mind into doing something I had to do anyways, or I felt like So define your goals. What are your goals? What do you really want to do? What can you see yourself doing? There's so many opportunities now. If you say, oh, I just want to travel. I just want to be in the beach all the time. I just want to travel. I just want to put my feet in the sand. Well, do that. And when you're there, create some content so people can go. Speaking of putting your feet in the water, I am releasing my retreat, Travel with TRI Retreats. So I am going to just take a little segment to talk to you guys about that. So this is a retreat that we designed together. It is a immersive experience. You're not going to come back to your reality the same. Oh, back to reality. That used to disgust me when people said that. Oh my gosh, back to reality. And it's like I said to myself, I want to create a life that I don't have to vacation from. I live in a home that I manifested that I love, I adore. I know this is not my dream home, but it is my first home. It's getting me up to the believability that I can own mansions or whatever it is that you desire. You're inching your way and you're making this a part of your everyday life to the point where this is normal to you. It's normal for me to take the whole summer off and start vacationing. I did it last summer, so now I know I can do it this summer. You save this amount of money for this, or you allot this amount of money to your vacation fund, or whatever the case may be. But while I'm there, I'm going to work. I'm going to be able to write these things off on my taxes because I'm working. I am enjoying the process. And when I'm there, I'm actually resting and recouping, as well as enjoying it, as well as working, as well as creating content, as well as inspiring the people that I need to inspire, and sparking those minds that are going to change the world, that are going to create inventions, that are going to be better themselves so they can motivate and inspire other people, other individuals, their children, which are the future of tomorrow. So I was thinking about this, and I was like, so many people have asked, like, how are you able to travel? Oh, what do you actually do? I enjoy my life, y'all. I'm enjoying my life. Because then I'm going to look back and be like, oh, the good old days. The good old days where I used to do nothing. I was actually bored then too. But I'm saying, look back at this. No, look towards the future. If we could look towards the future in the same way and be like, oh my gosh, the good days. The good days to come, the good old days to come, the good days that are making their way to me. So, travel with TRI retreats. It came out of my desire for having a healing retreat that got canceled because of the scarcity mindset. I had a phone call of somebody, and they were like, and people don't understand that they do this. But they were like, oh my gosh, y'all better not go at that time because it's going to be raining the entire time. Well, I love rain. I love the rainforest. I love the jungle. I love the beach as well. I didn't want it to be an overcast when I went on this vacation. That's the reason why I was like, I'm going to not go on the vacation. And I still had travel credit for that, and I was like, I could put this travel credit for this and that. I can just rebook it a week later. And we did not end up doing it. We were going to find a shaman there to help us with our whatever our inner being released. And at that time, I really needed to go on that trip. I was really searching for something, and I did not find it because I feel like I didn't go on that trip. But then someone else called me, you don't need to go on those trips. You can just read your Bible, open your Bible. And I was like, at that point in time, this was 2020, right after I bought my house. I got my house, my mom passed, and I was like, I really needed to go on that trip. So that emerged out of me having the desire of wanting to go on this healing retreat. So I was like, I know I'm not the only one, because the group of girls, the people that were going to go with me or whatever, they felt the same way. They were like, you know, I want to go on a healing retreat. I really feel like I need this. And I was like, okay, you know. And then I start thinking to myself, you know, what all the people have said. And these are people that love me, so it's not any hurt and harm. It just changed my decision of, you know, wanting to go out the country. I lost my passport at the time, and I'm like, I cannot find my passport anywhere. What is going on? So I was like, you know, it wasn't meant for me to go. It was meant for me to experience that so I can create the retreat of my dreams and for other people. So I said, I'm going to create travel with TRI retreats because people want to travel with me. And I really have a burning desire to give that gift to other people as well. Give the gift of healing, of seeing and meeting the God within, of being so deep to the core to where they are changed forever. Right? So the retreat, we designed the retreat ourselves. So if you haven't already, I'm going to link below in the show notes a survey. The survey may be closed by the time this is released. I really do not know, but I've put it on social media. So if you're following me on social media, I don't know why you wouldn't have filled out the retreat information, because we build our retreat. So you build the time and you say which date you want to go on the retreat, what's comfortable for you, if it's summertime, if it's winter time, and then we also, or whenever, you know, there's 4 quarters anyways. So we built that part of the retreat. We build where we're going to go together, because I could be like, oh, I want to go to Alaska. And then everyone's like, Triana, you're crazy. We're not going to Alaska. I might want to go, or I might have the funds to go to Israel. And some other people are like, hey, I'm in the transition where I'm trying to manifest this, or I'm trying to gain more awareness, or I'm trying to create a budget, or I'm trying to XYZ. so my budget might not be as high as yours or whatever. So we do the budget together, and it's a survey, it's a questionnaire about yourself. How many times would you go on a retreat with me? Would you go 1-2 times so you can see how it is? Would you go 5 times a year to see how it is? What would you do? How many, if I had another retreat, would you go to it? So the retreat is limited, and I'm probably going to do 8 to 15 people max for the retreat. And that's not including my helpers, but it can include the people that are going to help me too, because I'm going to have a +1, someone to help me guide you all through, like an assistant, the retreat, and also help me on the back end too, because when I do give in this way for my meditation and visualization practices, I give everything. So I am actually drained, and I know a lot of you all haven't seen that side of me, to see how I operate in that spiritual realm, to be able to give the guidance of healing. And that's my gift. That's my spiritual gift. And I've told you guys on the podcast before that that's my spiritual gift. However, seeing it enacted and me talking about it is 2 totally different things. So I'm going to take you into a deep dive into yourself and to your core being, so you can you're going to see it. And once you see this, you're not going to be able to unsee it. So if you're ready for that experience, it's going to be an experience of a lifetime. I promise you will not come back the same. You will be changed forever. If you're not looking for change, if you feel like, oh, I'm all right, Triana, let Smokey protect me for a second, y'all. Hold on. Good boy. If you feel like, oh, Triana, I'm not ready for the change, I really don't know what this is about, I want to see you guys go on another trip first and then I will make my decision, that's fine. Because I promise you, the people that are coming on the trip, they will be changed forever. Once you see something, you cannot unsee something. Once something happens to you, it can't unhappen, It's an experience of a lifetime. So, in the best possible way. You might be dying to this version of yourself, but you are igniting, you're birthing, you are coming alive to a whole new version of yourself that you have not met up with yet. So I encourage you all to fill out the 2-minute questionnaire. I promise you it's less than 2 minutes, probably like 1 minute. Where you want to go, decide where you want to go. So many places on there. It's like 150 places to choose from, but it's kind of narrowed down into like 2 sections. Malaysia, Costa Rica, Israel, Bali, all these cool places. And then it's a secondary place, like where do you want to go second, So it's cool. It's fun to play with. I'm trying to gather as much information now, because with this information, I probably won't ever put out the survey again. I will probably just do it this one time and then gather that information to see where people want to go next, because there is going to be a wait list. If you're not one of the first 10 people to sign up, then you'll probably have to just get on the wait list for the next one. But that's not to say that you won't be the first eyes to see it. So I encourage you guys to just go do the questionnaire. I have so many I just didn't even realize or recognize the audience that I had, because I'm like, who put Canada? Who put Alaska? Who put Australia? Like, what? Africa? And I was like, wow. Or certain places in Africa. And I was like, wow, oh my goodness. So it will be tiered. So it will be like, this is the place we'll go first. And then for my next trip, or next summer or whatever, it'll probably be, Bali or something. And I'll be able to do it for a longer period of time, because this first one I'm going to do for like a long extended weekend, 3 to 5 days or something. And yes, get your passports ready. Get your passport ready. So enough with that. I will use this travel retreat as an example in this episode. So I want you guys to create while you are on the retreat as well. And this is probably the first time ever saying this, but there will be a photographer, videographer there, so you can get all the content that you need and he or she will edit the video. Well, I'm looking more so at a he. He will edit the video, and you'll be able to have resources for your social media after you do that. Look at the plane. That is such a sign. Oh my God. We are taking off this year, y'all. We are taking off. I love this. I love this. So let me get on to the when you consuming content, because you're just sitting in your bed right now, you're listening to the podcast, you're scrolling on Instagram, you scrolling on TikTok, you going back and forth through the voices, the podcast cutting off, the TikTok videos are playing, the social media. You're writing a post on X or Threads or Twitter or Facebook or whatever. Get on Pinterest too. Listen. You're posting boards on Pinterest. You're looking up flights, seeing on Tuesday this is a good day. Go ahead and we're looking up flights, and you're consuming the content. So what I do encourage you to do when you are consuming content, instead of just scrolling, look and seek inspiration. When you open your phone, because I used to have to do this too. I used to pray over, and I still do this. I don't know why I'm saying used to, but I know when I started. And I would be like, God, please clear everything out of my phone. Block anything that I'm not meant to see or that I don't want to see. Cover my eye gates or whatever, my ear gates. Cover my spirit. So when I see this, please only show me inspiration. And it will happen. And I'll be so inspired by opening it up. Because there are some days where you're just scrolling, and you're looking for something exciting. You're like, this just drained my energy. When it drains your energy, go ahead and get off. It's okay. You're like, oh, 1 more minute. Oh, let me look for this. Oh, let me look for inspiration. Then you might change apps. I know I do. I'm like, if I get bored with one app, I'm like, I'm going to go to the next app. Right? So what I started to do, I started to listen to a podcast as I was scrolling. Or I started walking on the Stairmaster as I was scrolling. Or I would just make myself get to the gym like, hey, I'm not going to open up social media until this time, until I reach my destination. I'm not going to open up social media right when I get on out of bed, right when I wake my eyes up. Like, don't get on social media before you wash your face and brush your teeth. Like, come on, that's insane. Now you're addicted. Come on, I know my followers and my ears are not addicted to social media like that. I know y'all wash your face, brush your teeth, take a shower before you get on social media, right? So I started doing it further and further along. I'm like, okay, once I get to the gym, I get to scroll on social media. And then I was thinking to myself, why am I scrolling on social media when I could be recording this right now for social media, so people can look at me, or so people can be consuming my content, so they can start clicking all over my website to see what I got going on. Then it started getting, funner and funner for me. Like, oh, this is funny. I like to watch myself. It's funny, actually. Let me go ahead and edit this video. Let me put a bloopers in here. It started getting exciting for me. Like, I'm not going to watch this. Is this person funnier than me? No. Does this person look better than me? I mean, I know it's not about looks. No. Is this person hair? Oh, I should do my hair like that. I should do something with my hair. Oh, let me get in the mirror. Let me record it. Oh, yeah. Okay. It'll prevent you from consuming the content so much and being distracted so much to the point, oh, it's 9 o'clock and I haven't done anything with my life. Then you get back into that depressive mode, like, oh, let me get up, let me do something. It's 12 o'clock. All I've been doing is scrolling. What do I have to account for today? Did you get inspired by what you were consuming? Start asking yourself the difficult questions. Were you inspired by this? Were you educated by this video? Yes, I was educated because TikTok told me it was going to be an eclipse. It told me it was going to be a mental breakdown. It told me it was going to be a World War III. It told me it was going to be... Did you educate yourself? Were you able to utilize those tools within the next hour of you viewing it to show you what you can do to create better content? Are you utilizing the information that you learned from TikTok and social media, Instagram and Facebook? Are you implementing the marketing tools? Or are you just looking at another video, looking at another one? No, stop. You've educated yourself. You watched a 1-minute video, a 3-minute video. Okay, go implement. Now it's time for implementation. Now you on there, you're scrolling like, oh, I need this light. I need this light. Oh, they're pushing this selfie light out. Create the content first. Don't tell yourself, oh, when I get this selfie light, or when I get this, and when I get that, and I need this, and I need that, I need a drone, I need a projector, and then I will start. No, start with your bad quality, edit your bad quality videos, set up natural lighting, do this at the peak of your day when you're able to have time. If you're working a 9 to 5, because I've had a 9 to 5 job, y'all, and I got fired from my 9 to 5. I'm gonna just put that on a whole different episode. So I will create the content before I went to work. Y'all probably like, girl, what? How did you even get up? I gotta be here 9 to 5. I'm not trying to do no extra nothing. You're doing it anyways. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're doing your facial in the morning. Boom, put the camera right there. Use your natural light from your lights. Turn the lights on. Right? Oh, I can't record. This is the worst one, y'all. This is the worst one. Oh, I can't record because I got too much storage in my phone. I need a whole nother phone. One of my clients really told me that. You need a whole new phone? Now you in your own way. That's an excuse that you could have just threw away. You didn't even have to tell me that. You got too much storage. Your storage is full. That means you got so much content in your phone that you can edit the content that you already have in your phone. So when you get to lunch, if you can take a lunch break, I'm pretty sure all of y'all can take an hour, 30 minutes or an hour lunch break. It'll take you 10 minutes to edit that video. 10 minutes. It don't take an hour to edit a video. It does not take that long. You put on CapCut, do InShot, CapCut, Canva, whatever you need to do. You have all these apps on your phone anyways. You're not utilizing them. Oh, Tree, you just dropped the gem. You just told me about CapCut. I didn't know about that one. You got iMovie. You got all the electronic. You don't have no excuse. You have every right to go ahead and create your content. I'm telling you. I just be looking at people and I'm like, if they only knew the awareness that I knew about their life, their vision, their brand, they can come to life. But they put that small excuse in their way to prevent them from creating the content that can make them millions of dollars. You start this year, what is it, March right now? March into March. You start this, you got what? 7, 8 months, 9 months, 10, yeah. 9 months. That's the time to create a whole human being. You have 9 months if you start right now. By the end of the year, each month you'll get better and better and better and better and better at what you say you want to do. You want to travel. You want to start digital marketing. You want to start content creation. You want to start being lit. Oh, I want to be lit. I want to get more clients. I'm doing hair. I'm doing, I want to be a beauty educator. I want to be a personal shopper. I want to be a beauty influencer. I want to get contracts from these different brands. I was an influencer before I even knew what influencers was. They would send these boxes to my house and I'm promoting their products and I don't even know how to promote these products, but I kept doing it. I kept getting better at it. To post on my page, it was like, I used to charge people $125 just because I heard one of my other fitness friends. She was like, I charge $500 for you to even post on my page. And I was like, girl, we at the same, she had a little bit more followers than me at the time, but I'm like, dang, she charges $500. And I was like, I'm only going to charge $125 because if I do that, I can create a package with them and I can do 4 or 5 posts. So that's going to end up being more than the $500 for one post, because they're going to keep coming back to me. So I started doing that to the point where I had $1,000 extra every single month from just posting other people's stuff. And they will give me a referral link and they will show me how many people are getting sales off my stuff. Then I was like, what? I'm about to start selling my own stuff. Why am I selling y'all stuff or promoting y'all products? Let me promote my own products. I got to start smart about it. So I saw how many people were clicking their stuff. So if I was selling tea, I was like, I'm just going to get Tree's teas and sell the tea, promote my own stuff. And then I'm getting the $30 instead of, $100 per post, $130 per post. I'm going to get 30. I'm going to get for the whole product, how many ever people are coming to me. That's even 10 times the 30, that's $300 right there. So I got double, the amount just by creating my own system and products. And I promise y'all, I used to be on these TV shows, Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that. I didn't even watch the movie. I didn't even watch the TV show because I was so intrigued with my own life. Reality TV, if you see how reality TV is really set up, you will probably not watch reality TV anymore. You will be like, this is so fake. I brought Paris on set and we were cast as models, and she was just like, I don't think she even signed the NDA or whatever, because you have to, sign certain papers to be like, oh, you're not gonna post on your social media, you're not gonna, spill it, or you're not gonna tell your audience or people about what's happening in the next episode, because they space them out week per week or whatever. Or they'll film a whole month in advance, and it'll be like just like one day, and they'll film that whole day or whatever. So Paris came with me, and she was a model, and she was just like, I'm not gonna do this. She was like, I'm not gonna sign the paper. She was like, I don't want to be in this. I was like, no, be in it. We're getting paid for this. And she's like, no, I just don't even think I want to do it because it's so fake. And I was just like, what did you think reality TV was? Like, I thought she knew, but when you see the opposite side of it, you're gonna be like, oh no, it's just so dramatic. It's funny though. It's funny to me. It might not be funny to other people, but I didn't even watch the shows. People would tell me, oh my gosh, I saw you on Love and Hip Hop. I saw you on All Eyes on Me. I saw you on Star. I saw you. And I'm like, I didn't even know it came out. I didn't even know that episode came out. I didn't even care. Like, my actual life is so lit. That's why they called me to, do like the casting guy had my direct phone number, and I'm creating that content. Like, I'm actually one of the models in the episode. So just look at it like that. You're creating versus me sitting on the couch watching it. Most of the people in those shows don't even watch their own episodes. Yeah, they might go on social media because they already know what happened. Now, if it's like a faulty airing where it's like you thought you were in this position, because when All Eyes on Me did come out, I thought I was going to be in more scenes than the one scene that I was in. There were so many other scenes. There was a Black Power movement scene. There was a me speaking to Tupac personally, like I was speaking to him. They cut me speaking to him and only went to the girl like mugging me or whatever, and I was just like, what? It did not happen like that. So those transitions and how they edit the videos in the movies, in the in the script or whatever, it will shock you sometimes. That's why you probably see reality stars be like, oh no, blah 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 blah. And, even to the point where when I start posting on social media, I would just post and I would get off. I wouldn't even stay on social media, because then it consumes your time. It consumes whatever else you have going on. So seek seek inspiration, learn and educate yourself from it. Analyze and evaluate how you're going to implement these tactics and tools and techniques, and then you can go back and engage and connect with your audience. Like I was just telling one of my clients, like, hey, if somebody is writing you, because this is where I felt at when I was doing my social media and stuff like that. If somebody is writing you, you want to be able to connect with that person. You want to be able to give them more information about your brand, about your vision, about your reel or your post that you just had, your retreat that you're having. You want to engage with the clients or the customers, because you don't know if they're potential customers. And like I said, if they're spending time on your platform, watching your videos, Engage, they're already a client of yours. They're a customer. They're consuming your content. Right? So engage with them, connect with them, send them links, share your story with them, keep them on your page, keep them going to your website and your links. And that's how you're going to get paid. That's how they're going to start sharing it. Sharing is caring. If the girl that never shared the post about manifestation, I asked this girl about it. And I was like, who is this lady, or who is this woman, or whatever? I asked about it. And she was like, oh, this is XYZ. Here's her link, or here's her page. And I was like, wow, I wouldn't have gotten so deep into manifestation and doing techniques and practices and tapping and RRT and RTT, rapid resolution therapy. I wouldn't have got an NLP certification. The best thing for creation too, when you're creating content, is to rest and relax, to take breaks. Don't be like me and be burned out, because it's like, oh, I need your workouts. Please do another video, upload another video. People will always say that. Oh my gosh, I can't wait for the next video. It's like, enjoy this video right here. So I'll be like always thinking about the next video I'm creating. And then on vacation, sometimes it will get so overwhelming because it's like I'm trying to work. Set time. And then my sister, she told me, set time aside, get up earlier in the morning so we can just create your videos. And then when we're actually doing an activity, you won't have to be like, oh, can you do a video right here? Or you can take a picture right here, whatever. Set time aside where you're actually creating. Even if it is candid moments, you can add those in. But enjoy your experience while you're experiencing it. That's why when we are on the retreat, we are not going to have any phones. There's going to be a videographer so we can do that. And have those clips and have that time of enjoyment. Get those angles, you know. And I do want to create, since I have been on the reality scene, I do want to create a portion where you are going behind a closed closet or a closed door or a closed curtain, and you're telling your telling your side of the story, telling it how it is, telling your experiences or whatever, because I haven't seen a retreat like that, to where it's like a reality setup or whatever. But it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be so enjoyable. When I say I cannot wait for you to experience this life, this love of God, this love of your own self, you know. You're getting closer and closer to yourself, you know, and that connection. And you're like, oh, you're going to be like, it's just going to be an epiphany to you. I have shared it with so many people, so many of my clients, but I invite you to be enlightened as well. Enjoy the experience as well. You know, I didn't know this episode was going to go like this and be so geared toward that, but that's just one of my examples, one of my many examples. So like I said before, y'all, create before you consume. Stop giving so much attention. Stop giving so many people, so many creators, you are a creator. You're meant to be a creator. Stop giving so much attention. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing it. You can be doing the same thing. And it kills me. Well, I'm not going to say it kills me, but it shocks me that sometimes my daughter, she will rather be like watching people on YouTube play with different toys versus her playing with that toy. Most of the time, y'all know my daughter, she loves toys. So we're going to get a toy. She's like, oh my gosh, I see that. So she's been inspired. Oh my gosh, I see this toy. Can we go get that? I want that toy. I want that toy for my birthday. I want that toy. But like, I can't stop hearing about this toy. But I was thinking about it like that too. Like when there were commercials coming on, when I was a kid, I would always say that. But now it's like in a YouTube ad, or this kid is playing with this toy or whatever. So now it's like more personal, you know, more personalized or more personable. Like, oh, this kid, they're doing so many tricks with this toy, you know. So I encourage y'all, be inspired by it, but let that inspiration take you to a whole nother level and a whole nother mode for you to be able to create, so you can inspire. right? Because you do have that ebb and flow. You have that time where you just want to relax and you want to, engage in a really great book, and you want to scroll on your social media and like and comment to all your cool friends or whatever. But you also want to be on the other end of the spectrum. Don't go on vacation to be like, I'm looking for what I can take a picture of to post so I can be stepping on their necks. That's not, for me, when I start seeing that on social media, I start unfollowing every single person. I start unfollowing. If you saying, oh, I'm standing on their necks, I'm killing them. It's like, who are you killing? Who next are you on? It just became so low vibrational to me. Who are you talking to? Who are your haters? It's like those are haters in your head, your own head. You don't feel like you're doing the best. That's why you got to say and put someone else down and be like, oh, I'm standing on their necks. Keep standing on their necks. I'm standing on business. And I'm just like, what business are you actually standing on? Go. When I see people on social media, that's why I was doing the social media audits, because I can see through certain posts that, oh, you're posting this just to be liked. You're posting this just to get attention. You're posting this just to show off. Don't come from that standpoint. Come to the standpoint where I am a creator. I am meant to be a creator. I am aspiring to inspire. I am enjoying my time here. I do want to show you guys the life that you can be living. I don't want you to be jealous or hating or inferior. Feel like I gotta put my toe on y'all necks. My toe on y'all necks. But I want to inspire y'all to live the same life. You too can have this abundant life. I'm telling you, great is the mystery. I'm telling you. You enjoy this life. You enjoy the fruits of your labor. You enjoy being fruitful and multiplying. Not having kids, but enjoying your gifts. Multiplying your gifts. Being fruitful with your gifts and your talents. When you're fruitful, you're telling other people about it. You're telling people how they can expand their gifts too. So while you're consuming content, make sure you have a goal for what you're consuming. Are you in your rest phase, in your rest period? Are you at the gym working out? Are you at, the salon, just going ahead and, reading a book or whatever? At night, your wind down process. If you're eating food, you probably shouldn't be watching content, because the faster you see whoever, if they're running and jumping and doing some extroverted activity, you're going to mimic those behaviors. So you're going to be eating faster. So it's best to talk with someone while you're having lunch. Don't have the phone just stuck to your hand, glued to your hand, always in your phone, scrolling. Because you don't know what negative deposit something can have on your mind in that split second. So just be careful when you're consuming content. Space out certain times of the day. Okay, I'm gonna block out this time from 12 to 4. I'm gonna be locked in, and I'm gonna create my content. Nowadays, you don't need anybody with you to help you create content. You got a tripod. Go ahead and put the tripod up. I've saw so many people while I was out creating content. I'm like, do your thing, because I want to see you later. Matter of fact, what's your social media so I can support you? Don't feel embarrassed, because those people behind the phone, they're watching you, they're liking it, they're commenting. So much to one point, I had someone tell me, keep doing your content. We may not be liking it as far as like supporting me in that type of way. And I was like, dang, that's harsh. We may not like it. We may not comment on it, but we are watching it. And I was like, dang, that actually hurts. That hurts to hear. And this is before you can see the view count and see how many people are viewing it. But I had to start going on people's stuff and supporting them as well. Because like I said, I would just post my stuff and get off. I wouldn't even engage with my clients. I wouldn't even engage with my customers. I just wouldn't. I just get on, get off. because that was better for my mental health. That was better for my creation process. So whatever your creation process is, if you feel like, oh, I'm going to spend 30 minutes creating content, I'm going to spend 30 minutes consuming content so I can get inspiration. But have a reason behind it. Don't just be like, oh, I like her outfit. Like, no, how can I be a beauty influencer? What are my gifts and talents? Write all this stuff down. When I tell you there's magic in your handwriting, there's magic in you articulating the thought that you have into words, onto paper, that is a process in itself of manifestation, of reaping what you're sowing. The reaping has to come if you're sowing that. It's magic in your handwriting and writing it down. Habakkuk 2:2, I always say this. Write the vision, make it plain. These are God's instructions for our lives. Type it up. Do a voice note. There's no excuses. Oh, I can't do that. I can't write it down because I ran into a doorknob. Now my hand's swollen. So I can't write it down. My hand hurt. I'm going to get carpal tunnel. Just look at yourself. And that might be a goofy one to you, but these are things people say. I can't take pictures because my storage is full. I can't. I'd be like, what can you do? Well, I can, and I'll give them an idea. You can write it, you can voice it to yourself. When you voice it to yourself in your voice notes, it writes it for you. You can airdrop that to your computer. Now you got a whole Pages document. Now you got a whole Microsoft Word document. Your book is almost done. Structure it out. Save some time for it. Make it a priority. If you're not doing these things and I have to convince you to do these things, you need to get a different thing to do, because that means whatever your vision is for that, it's not exciting enough for you to limit all your excuses. I'm not saying you're going to get rid of all your excuses right now, but you're going to limit it. So that goal and that desire is going to become more and more of a priority. It's going to be a burning desire for you. You're going to be able to wake up on time. You're going to wake up before your alarm goes off because you're going to be so excited because God is going to deposit an idea in your head. You're going to be like, I can't afford. That's what your I can't going to be. I can't afford not to write this down in the middle of the night. I can't afford not to get up and pray about this because God told me if I do, when I do. So that means to me, your idea is not big enough. You're not inspired enough. If you feel like you got an excuse for executing what you said you wanted to do, take a different approach. Take a different approach. For me, I'm going to just use me as an example. When I am doing fitness, my thing is not one-on-one training. That's not my thing. That's not what lights me up. I'm going to get out the bed at 5 a.m. and go train with you and work out with you. But my thing is more so the creation process of me doing large boot camps and seeing all the faces of beautiful people and getting different clips and getting excitement from different people and seeing them, oh my gosh, this ab workout is so hard. So when that stopped exciting me to meet one-on-one with people and doing my large groups, I had to scale back. I had to come back to reality for myself, because this is the real reality. I had to come back to reality. What actually lights me up about this? Why did I start doing this? To save the world, to help mothers with postpartum depression, to help obese kids, to help the obesity rate in percentage. That's pretty big, right? But doing it one-on-one at a time, that wasn't going to complete my mission and my vision. So I had to start scaling back up. And like I said, this happened during COVID. But that's no excuse. COVID was 4 years ago. So if y'all still using COVID as an excuse, y'all need to get a new excuse. Y'all need to get a new exceptional idea. Something that's going to light you up. What's exciting you? The retreat excites me because I know that transformation is coming. I know everybody that steps in to be a part of the retreat, that it's going to be such an anointing process. See, that's confirmation with the birds. It's really saying charity, 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 which is love. Which language the birds be speaking? If it's not exciting you, maybe you need to do a course with me. Maybe you need to do a challenge with me. Maybe you need to do a one-on-one session with me where I take you through this process, the mindset shift process. Maybe you need to go drop what you're doing and make sure you make it a priority to get to the retreat so you can see your mind be, oh, I have a baby. Oh, I don't have a babysitter. Oh, I have. Well, stay in that same position that you were in last year trying to get out. Make this your pivot year. Make this the year that you're going to change some things. It's not starting one day. Oh, I'm going to do this tomorrow. Make the shift. Make the shift. And things are going to start happening for you. But you can't just keep telling me like you blue in the face. Oh, that's not going to work for me. I can't do it like this. Find a way that you can do it. I don't care if it's an hour before you go to bed every single night. Create the video. Schedule it. I never used to schedule my videos because I like to do it right then, right there. But then I start thinking about it. I want to maximize my time. While I'm re-listening to one of my podcasts and editing it, I might be doing abs in the middle of it, or I am like the best mommy multitasker ever. I might be cooking or cleaning up while I'm editing it. Maximize your time so you can get the most benefit and enjoyment out of when you're, like I said on the last podcast, I'm folding clothes while I'm editing the podcast. While I'm consuming content, while I'm listening to an educational thing, I'm driving. While I'm in one of my masterminds or one of my classes, I'm driving, I'm commuting to where my destination is. You have so much time. One of my clients, she would tell me all the time, this is one of my old clients, when I'm going over mindset shift work with her, she said she couldn't meditate. And I was like, I want you to meditate for 5 minutes per night or day. And she was like, I don't have that much time to myself. And I was looking like 5 minutes? And in my mind, it might be so tough. And in your mind, you probably like, come on, she could have did 5 minutes. She was just making an excuse. She really did not have 5 minutes to herself. She did not have 5 minutes because she had so much chaos going on in her home. She didn't have a regular sleep schedule for her children. She didn't have the regular cooking schedule for her household. She didn't have, her budget set up to where all day long her thoughts were so loud. She had so many people in and out of her house because she felt like she had such a kind heart. And I'm looking like you are comfortable in your chaos. You're comfortable in your chaos. So I started to tell her, where are places you can go to get some meditation? Because I had to think about it another way with her. She said the only place that I can go to find any peace is the bathroom because people don't follow her into the bathroom. I was like, wow, you really don't have the time. Let's start making up the time. Let's start creating pockets of time for yourself. On Sundays, let's meal prep. So you don't have to do this every single day. That's an hour that you're gaining back. In the mornings, wake up. And when you wake up, don't wake your kids up immediately. Give yourself 15 to 30 minutes. I'm reminding you guys, I had to ease in on this. I had to ease in. So I couldn't just say, an hour, wake up an hour ahead of time. No, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, then 30 minutes. Instead of going on social media to get, oh, I gotta find some way to escape my reality. Let me go look at these other people's life that they highlight on a reel. I don't want to be going on vacation all day, every day. I want time for me to rest, for me to recoup, for me to relax, for me to do my meditation. I want downtime where I can clean my home. Cleaning is meditative to me. I want time that I can hug on my daughter and I can play with her and I can play with our dogs and I can go to the dog park and I can do normal life activities without people being like, oh, come here, can you sign my autograph? Sign an autograph for me. I want that time. I want those peaceful moments where I can sit in silence, where I can take a random nap, I want that time. That's the ebb and flow. You don't have to be doing something every single second of the day, but there's definitely time. Let's stop watching TV so much. Like I said, she gained 4 hours per day back by just exposing pockets of time. At first it went from, I don't even have 5 minutes for myself. She started putting her kids to bed earlier. Just by, you speaking to someone, you think, oh, I don't need a coach. Oh, those people, blah, blah, blah. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because you could have shaved off 4 years of going through mindless cycles if you would have got a coach, if you would invest in yourself. The money is going to come. The money is going to come back. You're going to circulate it. It's just circulating and it's going and it's blessing the homes that it's supposed to bless. It's blessing the people that are doing God's work and will. The money's going to come. But we have all these things in our way, in our mind. That's the walls of Jericho that I be talking about. Let down the walls of Jericho. And you screaming, they were wailing. And then the walls of Jericho had to fall. They had a breakthrough. She got 4 hours per day back. She cut off the TV. She had meals set at, I think, 6 or 7 o'clock. She had her kids in the bed by like 9 or something. I know it was a little later. It was probably like 9 or 10. But they were staying up till like 12. And I was like, absolutely not. Why are your kids, your kids need 8 hours of sleep. Instead of getting them up at 7 o'clock and rushing to school by 7:30, she started waking them up at 6:30 or 6. Yeah, I think 6:30 because she'll wake up at 5:36 or something and give herself that time. So it's a whole nother hour instead of them all waking up at 7 and rushing. And that's all for the Triana the Trillionaire podcast. Listen, if you're listening to this podcast, know that you are blessed and continue to be a blessing to others. Share this with 3 people that you love, that you want to impact, that you want to get out of their own way. Come on, y'all. This is the season for change. We are taking off this year. Make sure you visit the show notes, do the quick 1 minute, 2 minute survey so you can be on the list to go travel with Tree. Okay? I love you all. Mwah, mwah, mwah.